Yeah, I thought it was a good college basketball game. Northern Colorado's been playing great this year. Very high-powered offense. I thought our defense stepped up today and gave them some problems, and just fun to get back home and get back on the winning streak.
Sed had 13 points combined the last two games. He had a lot more than that tonight. How much of that did you guys kind of challenge him, saying, hey, you need to not be selfish in the way you find your shots, but you need to be a little more aggressive, and then he matches a career high with going 12 for 18.
Yeah, that was 100% Cedric, being able to make that adjustment. He's had a couple good halves so far this season, but he was not as assertive as we need him to be in the first four games. And part of that is he spends so much time working on his game and watching film and thinking the game, and he's almost like a point guard out there, and he was overthinking a little bit. In our offense, it's not like I'm going to call plays for him to go get the ball at the elbow or get the ball here. And now we got that every once in a while, but it's more of a free-flowing deal. And if you're not attacking the basketball, you're not really kind of making the right reads, you can kind of float a little bit at times. So I thought he's adjusted. It was great to see, and just proud of him. I knew, we knew it was coming. He's such a high-character guy, and he's going to have a great season for us. So it was good to get him back on that.
Kind of in the same realm, I think Isaiah had missed 12 or 13 threes in a row. He comes out, he goes 4 for 6, gets the offensive rebound, does a spin move, and fires from the corner, which I think, as Isaiah said, is him in a nutshell. Just where did you kind of see his confidence maybe maintain, even in kind of what was maybe the biggest shooting slump of his young career?
It's a unique offense that we have, and he's still learning and getting used to this. It's different in practice than it is in games, and so I think that's just the main thing. And he's more than a scorer, and that was kind of his role last year, was to come in, we'll see if he's hot, and that was what he could give the team. And I want him to build his confidence and his energy and momentum through being able to drive and kick and being able to be one of our best defensive players, and he's going to make shots. That's the last thing in the world I'm worried about Isaiah Watts doing. So I wasn't worried about the shots going down. It was just more finding his rhythm, and I thought he did a really good job focusing on that today.
They actually took the lead with a few minutes into the second half. What was going wrong for you guys at that point? And then for you guys to kind of snap out of that and pull away, what was all kind of behind that?
I thought we were just kind of playing random offensively and not playing forceful defensively. They definitely had a couple offensive rebounds during that stretch that hurt us. We were kind of just going through actions offensively and not trying to find the mismatch and not trying to find a second action. And I thought our guys – I thought actually, what changed the energy of the game was Parker and Case and ND and Isaiah really playing with some force and energy. They got a couple loose balls, and that got our energy going. And then when the starters came back in, they were able to play with a little more force.
Yeah. Nate seemed kind of off today. Didn't play as many minutes as he's used to, and that's coming off his 27, I guess, against Iowa. What were you seeing out of Nate today? And did he seem off the way he did, to us, or what was your kind of assessment of that?
A little bit banged up, and obviously teams are going to game plan different when they see when one of our guys has a very, very good game. Sometimes it's tough to bounce back because our our offense is very pick your poison, and so if they're going to key on one guy, we might go play through another guy depending on what the reads are. And he's another guy that's still learning the offense, learning the different details on it. Northern Colorado knows us pretty well, so they had some good plans against us, but he's a hooper, and he'll bounce back.
Coach, just how impressed were you kind of with the maturity of this team, coming off a tough loss on Friday and then to come in today, cut down on the turnovers, and just score the ball a lot more efficiently?
Yeah, I think we have a mature team, and one of our talks after the game, kind of the main talk, is we were playing a little too frustrated today. We were beating Northern Colorado. It's a good team, and there was just too much bad body language, too much of us not moving on to the next play. And part of that is because everyone in that locker room knows how good we can be. We have a crazy high ceiling on this team. We watched that film 2 days ago in the Iowa game, and it was brutal. We did not play good basketball at all. And the silver lining of that, I guess, is that it was a 2-point game with about 2 minutes to go. But the issue is we're way better than that. We should be winning those games if we are who we think we are. And so some of that frustration showed today, and I think we just got to enjoy the process a little bit more and trust that we're going to be a really, really good team.
So turnovers were a major issue in the Iowa game with 18, but today limited that to just 10. What did you see the difference in how the team was able to focus a lot better, control the ball, especially in the second half?
Yeah, I thought we had more purpose. We had better passing lanes. Like Iowa did a good job of blitzing our ball screens and messing with our rhythm in the post. And when we went back and watched the film, we weren't given passing outlets. We were kind of just relying on Nate to go make a play, and he did a heck of a job doing that. Like, it was great to have that weapon, but we needed a couple more things, and I think we did a better job spacing the floor. That allowed us to play and only have 12 turnovers, which is good. I think we could have had less, but it was a good step in the right direction.
About playing Eastern Washington up next, coming up Thursday for you two, and a lot of these guys, sort of a big sort of homecoming back in Spokane, like y'all played them 2 years ago. What's kind of the mentality going up against that team again?
I want to make sure that I'm doing my job, and we got 4 players that played there, and our staff has played there, and we're going to go approach it like we're playing a good basketball team. And they beat Seattle U. They had a great comeback versus Cal Poly that fell short, and so we don't have any room for error to be thinking about the good old days and all that. But I do love that place. I spent 13 years of my life there, and love the people there. I love the university and what the university stands for, and so. That's probably as much as I want to say, and I'll be able to talk about it after the game on Thursday.
You talk about ND a little bit. Maybe didn't play as many minutes today, but it just seems that every time he comes in, he's giving you guys something with his size, with his strength, with his physicality, kind of especially at the rim. How valuable is that for him to kind of be maybe kind of the opposite in some ways of Dane and Ethan, just in the sense that they're more stretch bigs and he is more kind of the old school, stay at the low block type big?
He's been getting better and better, and I thought there was times this game where he really impacted the game. He got some good finishes around the rim. He got fouled, and I just think as he progresses, another guy like this system takes time. I've said that with about 3 guys now, and he's done a great job since his injury of coming back and playing with some force, and I think it gives us a whole nother look. Kind of how Ethan and Dane spread the floor with their shooting. He spreads the floor with his ability to finish at the rim and being a lob threat. And so he's going to keep taking steps. His ceiling is crazy high.
And then do you have any just kind of quick update on Nate? We saw him obviously with the arm injury late, and then anything kind of on the status of Marcus and Ree?
Yeah, we're going to evaluate Nate, see what that looks like, and hopefully have an answer here soon. And then Ree and Marcus, I think we're getting some more information on Marcus, and hopefully they're back here in the next game or 2.
Time for Big Mac?
Time for a Big Mac. Closes at midnight. I found that out last time. I was late.
Thanks, Coach.
Go Cougs.